Toys are a big part of childhood, bringing joy and creativity to many kids. But over the years, some of those classic American toys have simply vanished. In this episode, we take a trip back in time to remember 10 popular toys that are no longer seen today. Right here on the Great American Time Machine. And we'll be counting them down from number 10. Clackers were all the rage in the late 1960s and early 70s. Two acrylic balls attached to a string would create a loud cracking noise when swung up and down. The trick was to get them moving fast enough to repeatedly strike each other in mid-air. Kids would practice for hours trying to master the perfect rhythm. Unfortunately, these toys had a tendency to shatter upon impact, sending plastic shards flying, leading to their eventual ban. The Consumer Product Safety Commission stepped in, and Clackers disappeared from store shelves. But they were more than just a toy. They were a test of skill, patience, and reflexes, making them unforgettable to those who played with them. Some companies attempted to reintroduce safer versions over the years, but none ever matched the chaotic thrill of the originals. Number 9. Lawn Darts. A backyard classic, lawn darts, or jarts, were essentially weighted metal spears kids would toss into hoops on the ground. The goal was simple: aim for the target and score points. However, these sharp projectiles posed a serious safety hazard, leading to numerous injuries and even fatalities. By the late 1980s, they were officially banned in many countries. The United States Consumer Product Safety Commission estimated thousands of emergency room visits due to these dangerous darts. Today, plastic versions exist, but they lack the same weight and feel of the original jarts. For those who played with them back in the day, they were an exciting challenge that, unfortunately, proved too risky to last. Some families have still tucked them away in garages, a relic of a time when outdoor games came with a bit more risk. And now, number 8. Before tablets and VR headsets, there was the ViewMaster. These stereoscopic viewers let kids explore 3D images of everything from cartoons to national parks. By inserting a circular wheel filled with images, children could cycle through a slideshow of fascinating worlds. Originally introduced in the 1930s, the ViewMaster gained popularity throughout the 20th century, with reels featuring pop culture icons, travel destinations, and even educational content. It felt like a small window into an endless adventure. However, as digital media took over, the need for these plastic viewers declined. Though collectors still cherish them, modern kids are more likely to turn to screens than slide reels. The rise of augmented and virtual reality sealed the fate of the once beloved ViewMaster. That's a shame, because there was something truly magical about the click of that lever and the reveal of a new image in crisp 3D. Number 7. Water Wiggle. A summertime favorite, the Water Wiggle attached to a garden hose and flailed unpredictably, spraying water everywhere. It seemed like harmless fun at first, but the toy's erratic movements made it difficult to control. Worse, there were cases where the nozzle detached, creating a dangerous suction hazard. Introduced by Wham-O in the 1970s, the Water Wiggle quickly became infamous for its unpredictable behavior. Due to these safety concerns, the toy was pulled from the market. Yet for those who remember it, the Water Wiggle was an essential part of hot summer days, creating laughter and chaos in equal measure. There was nothing like trying to dodge its unpredictable movements while staying cool in the summer heat. Number 6. The Pogo Ball. Think of it as a cross between a pogo stick and a balance ball. The Pogo Ball had kids hopping around driveways in the 80s. It required a mix of balance, timing, and leg strength to master. Unlike a traditional pogo stick, there were no handlebars, making it even trickier to use. While it was an exciting challenge, newer, easier alternatives eventually replaced it. The Pogo Ball now lives on mainly in memories, a reminder of how kids used to test their coordination and agility through play. Those who mastered it could bounce for hours. But for the rest of us, it was a challenge to stay upright for more than just a few seconds. And now, number 5. Nothing said summer like the slip and slide. Kids would sprint full speed before launching themselves onto a slick plastic sheet, sliding down with joy. However, the original design lacked safety modifications, leading to many bumps, bruises, and even serious injuries, especially for older kids and adults. Over time, companies introduced improved versions with built-in splash pools and padded stops, but the carefree danger of the original is now a thing of the past. It may have been a little risky, but nothing could beat the sheer joy of a perfect slide on a hot summer day. You're not going to believe these next 4. We're down to number 4 in our countdown, creepy crawlers. Creepy crawlers let kids create their own rubbery insects using a metal mold and a heating element. Yes, a heating element, right on the kitchen table. The toy came with bottles of Plastigoop. The kids would pour into molds and heat until the goop solidified into wiggly bugs. It was like an arts and crafts project with side of danger. The original sets from the 1960s could reach temperatures over 300 degrees Fahrenheit, which unsurprisingly led to burns. Duh. Modern safety standards would never allow such a toy today without major redesigns. While later versions were safer, the original's thrilling mix of creativity and risk made it a favorite of daring kids. Number 3. Fisher-Price Movie Viewer. Before streaming DVDs or even VHS tapes, kids could watch cartoons with the Fisher-Price Movie Viewer. This hand-cranked device played short films via cartridges, letting children control the speed and direction of the reel. It was low-tech magic, a portable cinema in your hand. You'd rewind and fast-forward manually, making it a totally different experience from passive watching. It was especially popular in the 1970s and early 80s, but faded away as home video took over. Still, there's a quaint charm to the simplicity of the movie viewer that made it special in a way no touchscreen ever could. We're at number 2. The Easy Bake Oven. Who wouldn't want to bake their own mini cakes as a kid? The original Easy Bake Oven, introduced in 1963, used a 100-watt incandescent bulb as its heat source. Kids could mix ingredients, pour them into tiny pans, and bake them using just the heat of the light bulb. It felt like real baking magic. But as light bulb technology changed and the safety standards increased, the classic design was phased out. Modern versions use actual heating elements, but something about the glow of that old light bulb made the original oven unforgettable. It wasn't just a toy, it was a gateway to the joy of cooking. And on the list of 10 popular toys that are never seen, we're down to number 1. The Gilbert Chemistry Set. Once marketed with slogans like "a real laboratory for boys," this kit gave kids access to actual chemicals, sometimes even radioactive materials in the early editions. These sets encouraged hands-on learning, but with almost no safety precautions. No goggles, no gloves, just curiosity and a handful of potentially dangerous substances. As concerns about safety and liability grew, these kits became more watered down, eventually losing their appeal. But for the budding scientists of the 1950s and 60s, the Gilbert set was a spark for a lifelong passion, and probably a few scorched eyebrows. Yup. If you remember these toys, leave us a comment and subscribe for more. And thanks for watching.